Alright guys, what's up? This is your buddy Big Money for Eternity back with another vlog. And I've got a doozy for you today. Um but before I start that, if you watched one of my past vlogs, I think it was either the last vlog or the vlog before that, I was talking about Right Coast Pro. If you're planning on coming to the show on January 9th, I wanted to let everybody know who plans on coming to the show that ticket prices have gone up just a little bit. Instead of paying $20 at the door when you come to the show, it'll be at the Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club on Route 40 in Newark, Delaware. Instead of paying $20 at the door, you will now pay $25 at the door. However, you can still go on their website and you can buy one of their little packages for tickets and stuff that'll save you some money. So if you want to do it that way, you can do it that way too. But if you can't buy the packages that they have available on their website, and you come to the show and you pay for your tickets at the door, tickets will be $25 now instead of $20. So just wanted to get that out before I forgot. Now we come to the doozy part of the vlog. Last night, I think I had one of the weirdest dreams I have ever had. And when I say that because it was weird. I dreamt that I was in this truck with a guy that I had no idea who he was, and we were going down a stretch of highway. I don't even know where we were going or what we were doing. So just bear with me on this one. And we're traveling, and all of a sudden, I look in the rearview mirror and there's all these cop cars behind us. So then the guy driving, he's like, "Oh man, I gotta pull over." So we pull over, and then not only did the cop cars behind us block us from going anywhere, but then all these other cop cars came out of nowhere in front of us and blocked us from the front. And all the cops are getting out. They're drawing their guns, shouting at us to get out of the truck, and get on the ground with all this other good stuff. We have no idea what we're doing, what's going on. We have no idea what we did wrong. So the guy and I, we both get out of the truck, and of course, me being not able to walk, I have to just hit the ground without killing myself. So I'm on the ground, and what I found really weird was once I got on the ground, one of the cops came over to me and put his gun to my head and told me that if I moved, he was going to blow my head off. So of course, I'm not moving. Now, this is where it gets weird. And for all you WWE fans, you might like this part, but this is where it gets weird. I'd say probably 10 seconds after I'm down on the ground and the cop puts the gun to my head, the sky goes completely black. Just totally black. For about maybe 10 seconds. And that little sound that you hear before the Wyatt family comes out, I heard that when the sky went black. And then 10 seconds later, I heard it again, and the sky was daylight again. But as I looked toward the back of the truck, because I'm laying on my left side, as I looked toward the back of the truck, the Wyatt family's standing there. All four of them. Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Bray Wyatt. All four of them. So I'm thinking, oh God, can this get any worse? Because I'm thinking for sure that they're going to come after me or come after the guy that I was with and just beat the snot out of both of us. So they start walking toward me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm dead. So they start walking toward me, but then I watch, and they actually walked past me. And I'm like, what's going on? Of course, the cop that had the gun to my head, he sees them coming toward him. He starts backing off. So he backs off, and they keep going toward all the cops that stopped us. And all of a sudden, this huge brawl between the four Wyatts and all these cops just breaks loose, and everybody's just, going at it. Well, I'm watching this brawl, and the cops that were in this dream were probably only about maybe 150, 200 pounds at most. Not very big. And they're just getting tossed left, right, and sideways. All four Wyatts are just grabbing these cops, beating the crap out of them, throwing them sideways. One cop got thrown into the side of his cruiser. That was fun. So all four Wyatts are just making dog meat of these cops. Are just beating the crap out of them left, right, and sideways. So then, Braun Strowman, he was the Wyatt family member that was closest to me. Well, he got to where he didn't have that many cops to beat up. So, because it was getting near the end of the fight. And I watch him, and he slowly turns his head to look behind himself, and he looks right at me. And I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm dead, whatever. So here he comes toward me real slow, and I'm like that woman in the horror movie that's getting ready to get devoured by the beast, And I'm like, Well, he starts to walk toward me, and I'm watching every move he makes. Well, then he walks past me. He gets in the back of the truck that I was riding in. He pulls out my wheelchair from the bed of the truck, puts it down on the ground, and he unfolds it like a pro. I don't know how he did that. He unfolds it like a pro, and then he walks over to me. He puts my arm around his shoulders, very broad shoulders, I might add. Puts his arm around my shoulders, picks me up, puts me on my chair. And I'm thinking, okay, he's going to put me in this chair, and I'm going to get clotheslined out of it. But no, I get put in my chair. He puts me in my chair. I strap myself in. Everything's good. Well, then he walks like two or three steps in front of me, and he just stands there with his back to me with his arms crossed like this, and he's not moving. So I go up a little bit behind him, so just so I can look around him to see what the fight going on. And the other three Wyatts, they're still beating up cops, throwing them left, right, and sideways and everything. So the guy that I rode with, he was in the truck, and I guess he called the cops because the real cops showed up. Well, I wanted to get involved in the fight before they got there. So I start trying to go around Braun. Well, Braun puts his arm out and he stops me and he says, "No," in that really growly, scary, creepy, intimidating voice he uses. He's like, "No." He puts his arm out and stops me. So I back off. And I'm like, okay, don't eat me, whatever. So I back off. So then once the fight actually stops, the other three Wyatts, Harper, Rowan, and Wyatt, they both walk toward where Braun and I are. And I look at Brad and I go, "Don't you know you're going to get into a lot of trouble because you just beat up all those cops?" He says, "No, I won't." He says, "They weren't real cops." And I said, "What?" He says, "They weren't real cops." He says, "They were actually murderers who were planning to kill you and the guy you were with so they could steal your truck and get away from the real cops." And I was like, okay. So then the real cops come. They round up all the guys that were going to kill us. They put them into squad cars, take them away. Well, then I watch Eric Rowan. He walks off toward the back of the truck. And I don't know where he went or what he was doing, whatever. Well, the next thing I know, he comes back like 2 minutes later, and he's got something in his hand. He comes over to me. He kneels down beside me, because remember, I'm in my chair. I'm really short when I'm in my chair. So he kneels down beside me, and he hands me this thing. He says, "I want you to have this." So I take what he gives me, and I look at it. It's a sheep mask. soon as I take the sheet mask, I wake up. Now, guys, I gotta ask you something. How freaking weird was that? I mean, I've had some weird dreams before, but that one took the cake. I mean, I don't know what he wanted me to have, why he wanted me to have the sheet mask. I don't know what it was for. I mean, maybe it was Halloween coming up, I don't know. But he gave me the sheet mask, said take this, and I took it and then I woke up. I have no idea what I was going to do with it. You know, it was just really weird. But I'm glad, if I have to be glad about one thing, I'm glad that I did not get beat up by Braun Strowman, because he would have killed me. Because you've seen how big that guy is. He's a monster. I mean, 6'8", 400 pounds. I'm not getting beat up by that. No. But and I thought for sure he was going to do it, but he just walked past me. He got my chair out of the truck, put it down on the ground. He unfolded it, came over to me. He picked me up. He put me in my chair, and then he just walked like a couple steps in front of me and just stood there like he was guarding me. And I can't explain it. It was just weird. Alright, you guys, I'm going to end this vlog here. Don't forget to hit that little bitty red subscribe button down below to subscribe to my channel. I'll leave links to my YouTube and my Facebook. I mean, not my YouTube, my Twitter and my Facebook. I'm sorry. My Twitter and my Facebook, so you can get a hold of me there. You guys have an awesome day, and I will see you next time with another vlog, and hopefully it won't be as weird as this one was. Y'all take care. Have a good day.